Thank you to our 4 sponsors for supporting our podcast: Johnny Russell's Art Caterers and Milktown Pies, Alexander Grace Law, Jez and Lisa's Spoonful of Sweets, and SPE Furnishings. Links to their websites are available in the show notes and on our website. Don't forget to subscribe to get all the latest episodes as soon as they're released.
Worlsey Cup still gleaming, years without a cup, never stopped us dreaming.
They won't come back for 3, they stay at 2, 193 for 3. Chris Blezard goes on to 73, Charlie Cottam on 71, but that was rather fortuitous there, Phil.
Yeah, he went down the track to Mushtabar, trying to hit him towards long on. He got a leading edge just over the man at short third man. In comes Mushtabar again. Down the track again is Blezard. It's a better hit, but it's gone straight towards Michael Ingham. They'll get a single. Moves the score to 194 for 3. The end of Mushtabar's penultimate over. 74 now to Blezard and 71 to Charlie Cottam.
Yeah, 7 overs remain and that target of 232. 38 runs are required. The run rate coming down, it was up to 6.5, then it was 6, now it's below 6. Certainly Lowerhouse with 7 wickets in hand surely are now favourites to lift the 2004 Worlsey Cup Final. Don't want to put the mockers on it, but certainly you back Lowerhouse at this stage.
You would. It's just getting a little bit darker. The lights on in the pavilion are very bright to our right-hand side. I think everybody would certainly want to play to a conclusion tonight. It'd be some night in Lowerhouse if they won it. I don't think there'd be much beer left in that pavilion to our right-hand side. Yet more field changes. Just one criticism I've had today, I don't think both sides have got through their overs quick enough. We've got a massive crowd. What a time and a chance to, promote the game.
Yeah,
I think there's been too much swapping and changing of fields.
Yeah, the crowd getting very frustrated here with Paul
It's both sides. That
tactics.
applies to both sides.
Yeah, you've got to appreciate that it's very tense now, and Paul Blackledge will want to make 1 or 2 field changes, but he's persevered with Michael Ingham as he comes into Chris Blezard, and Chris Blezard whips that out in the leg side beyond final leg. Will it race to the boundary? The field is sprinting down towards the boundary rope, but he will not make it. You can hear the crowd's jubilation behind this commentary position. 4 more runs to the total as he edges towards 200. 198 for 3. Chris Blezard, another splendid shot from him. So that's 232, of course, is the target for Lowerhouse. So just 34 needed. They've 6 overs to do it after this one currently being bowled by Michael Ingham, and we've still got 5 deliveries of this 44th over, Phil. 43rd over.
Yes, it is it's the 44th actually, Mark. Sorry, we're getting carried away. It is the 44th. You were right first time. Ingham just setting his field. Doesn't bowl very often, it must be said. Desperation really from Paul Blackledge when he brought him back onto bowl.
It certainly was as he comes in. Michael, another big hit goes. Is he going to go for 4 runs? Is he going to bisect both the fielders onto the score box? No, it's splendid. Splendid bit of fielding there. Throws it straight to the wicket in mid-air. Superb bit of fielding there down by the sight screen. Certainly saves 2 runs, but cannot prevent the 200 coming up here at Liverpool Road as the crowd rally behind their Lowerhouse side. 200 for 3.
It's a great bit of fielding from Steve Dearden. Picked it up and threw it in with all one movement.
As Michael Ingham again comes in and Chris Blezard goes for another big hit. Is that going to be a maximum? No, it's not. I just lost the ball. The flight of the ball, not surprisingly, in the gloom here, but a boundary will do for Lowerhouse. 204. Chris Blezard now into the 80s. 84 for him. 204 for 3. 71 to Charlie Cottam. They stand now amazingly at 134 between Chris Blezard and Charlie Cottam as Ingham comes in again to Blezard. Blezard whips that to fine leg, and in fact it's going to not go to the boundary rope as the fielder comes round and bowls it in to the wicket keeper's end. He collects it safely, prevents the boundary. Just 1 run to the total. 205 for 3. Chris Blezard moves on to 85. Charlie Cottam about to face on 71, and I will think Michael Ingham, rather disconsolate, goes back to that marker as a very, very vociferous supporter goes past the commentary position. Ingham into Charlie Cottam. Charlie Cottam sweeps it out into the leg side. He'll only get a single, finds the fielder on the deep, long on boundary. Again, the throw comes in. It's a good one. Just one run to the total. 206 for 3. Cottam on 72. 85 to Chris Blezard. Will it be a century in the Worlsey Cup Final for Chris Blezard? Well, I'm sure that will be immaterial as long as they win this Cup Final. Michael Ingham in to Chris Blezard on 85 not out. He swings at that in the gloom. Will only get a single. In fact, it's gone over the boundary. Oh, calamity, disaster for Haslingden. Another boundary. You can hear the mad cheers here at Liverpool Road, Phil.
There was a problem there. The fielder just didn't pick that up.
Certainly, exactly, absolutely.
And I don't think Paul Blackledge is very happy, and I think we might now have another word with the umpire, because the fielder just didn't pick that up at all. I think it's the same for both sides, but Haslingden are not happy now with the fielder in this gloom.
You can understand his reasoning as Paul Blackledge goes towards the umpire, but the umpire will have none of it. We will remain here at Liverpool Road. A very, very tense situation. 210 for 3. Even the scoreboard getting excited. The average at 110.
Just a reminder, you're listening to Cricket Extra, Live Extra, if you will. It's live coverage of the 2004 Worlsey Cup Final. We're extended tonight after 8 o'clock, 95.5 FM only. If you want Lancashire Blue Notes with Nick Dow, that's on the other FM frequencies. We'll be here until the conclusion of this game, and it looks like Lowerhouse might be winning a trophy after all these years.
Yes, and it's looking like we're going to see the conclusion of Asif Mustafa in his 10th over as he comes in off 3-4 paces to Charlie Cottam as it carves it through. Point, will that go all the way to the boundary? Two fielders in hot pursuit. One who races down to the boundary will prevent it, and he will cut off 2 runs. 2 runs though to the total, 212. Cottam goes on to 74. Chris Blezard remains on 85 not out.
It's 89, I think, Mark. The scoreboard's just tilted towards
at the moment.
The board.
212 for 3, and 5 overs will remain after this as Mustafa comes in. More runs for Cottam. Will that go to the boundary? Oh, you can hear the cheers. A magnificent shot. They really have the upper hand here, as in fact some of the crowd are on the pitch celebrating. It's early doors yet, but it's a 4 to Charlie Cottam, splendidly through, long on, off the bowling of Asif Mustafa. 216 for 3, just 16 runs from victory. Mustafa into Cottam. Think about a single. They'd be very wise or unwise to make it, and the score remains on 216 for 3. Phil, it's absolutely manic here.
It is. I hope you're hearing us loud and clear, because I've never seen such an energetic, vocal crowd.
As Mustafa comes in again, they'll try and eke out a run, but it's another dot ball, another good delivery from Mustafa. But Lowerhouse have the run rate in this over. They don't need to do anything silly here, just play out this final over from Asif Mustafa, the Haslingden professional, as Mustafa comes in again to Charlie Cottam, tries to pierce the mid-wicket position, unsuccessful. Another dot ball goes in the book, and Mustafa will return to his bowling mark. 216 for 3. 5 overs remain after this one, currently being bowled by Mustafa. He's into Cottam. He'll swing that out through backward square. It goes all the way to the boundary. A smashing shot by Charlie Cottam. A short delivery, a poor delivery by Mustafa. He took full advantage, did Cottam. It raced to the boundary, and the score goes up to 220 for 3. We are seeing history here at Lowerhouse Cricket Club. It's looking like a first trophy in 142 years for Lowerhouse Cricket Club. Just 12 runs remaining. 5 overs remain for Lowerhouse. The run rate is immaterial. Both Blezard and Cottam just have to stay there now to see this one through, Phil.
Yeah, unfortunately the umpires are meeting. It would be maybe a bit wrong to go off at this stage, just 5 overs needed. But I stress the Haslingden lads are not happy at all. They're struggling to pick the ball up in the field. The umpires are meeting again, and they're going to continue. I don't think Haslingden will be happy with that. Steve Dearden's coming into the attack, and it won't be easy to see Steve Dearden in this light.
Well, I think you've also got to see the flip side of the coin, Phil. With 5 overs remaining, only 12 required, 7 wickets remaining. Is the light such a factor now? I think if it was in poor light, if it was in bright light, I don't think it would make any difference. I think you have to say Haslingden are now down and out, one would think, with 5 overs to go and only 12 required.
You never know in cricket as Dearden comes into Blezard. Hooks this high into the sky, could be out here. The fielder trying to get under it, he survived it, skied it, gets a single. 221 for 3. Blezard on to 90. Bouncer, I think Dearden was trying to test him in the line.
That's right, 221 for 3. 11 required. Will Chris Blezard get the magical 3 figures? It seems, well, quite immaterial in relation to a first trophy in 142 years for Lowerhouse as Dearden's in to Charlie Cottam. He'll have a swat at that. Will the umpire signal? In fact, he's signaled to buy another extra. Was it a wide? I didn't see.
Yeah, wide. Yeah, he's given it as a wide. I think
quite rightly so.
I think the thing was there. He'd already bowled a bouncer and he bowled a second one, and I think that's the umpire just signalling that's a no ball. Well, you can't do that.
It's all the twos. 222 for 3. 10 required as the bowler comes in. Steve Dearden to Charlie Cottam.
Cottam's got it away. Tie into the air. Could be out here. Great catch.
Oh, it's a fantastic catch.
Alan Howarth with a great catch.
By Alan Howarth, I think it was, running round from the boundary. He swatted it over the point position, and Alan Howarth sprinted must be 20 yards round the boundary edge, outstretched inches off the deck to take a superb catch. Charlie Cottam goes for, I think, I'm not quite sure what they're 82. Superb innings. 222 for 4. A partnership from 70 for 3. It really was unbelievable stuff. 152 partnership between Chris Blezard and Charlie Cottam. Magnificent catch by Alan Howarth running round the boundary to get a breakthrough for Haslingden, but it's looking like it's too late. Ben Heap, the next one to come in, the 16-year-old, I think it is it Ben Heap walking to the wicket? It's certainly a big responsibility for a 16-year-old batsman, but it's looking like Ben Heap. I think Chris Benbow was due to come in after Ben Heap. It really is manic here down here. The crowd are ready to run onto the pitch. I can hardly see the scoreboard. I'm having to get out of my seat. 222 for 4, and this player's running over to the corner. Not right sure what's going on. I hope there's no trouble down in that corner, but it's certainly a bit of
just a break in play. I don't quite know what's gone on there. 222 for 3, for 4 now it is, of course. That wicket going down. 152 partnership. Splendid effort between those two batsmen.
Well, I don't know what the delay is, Phil, but
just need to get the spectators back over the fence.
Lowerhouse's cause.
Every delay makes the light worse, and it means we're not going to complete the game. So we just need to make sure we can't finish this one.
Surely we can't come back tomorrow night for just to see 10 runs for Lowerhouse to lift the trophy. 222 for 3. A delay in proceedings in the corner of the ground by the scoreboard, if you know the ground here at Liverpool Road, to the left of the scoreboard as you look out onto the square. Phil Bird is just going down to investigate things, but the 4th wicket has gone down. Charlie Cottam, by the way, of a splendid catch by Alan Howarth of the bowling of Stephen Dearden for 82. Chris Blezard is still unbeaten at the other end, 90 not out. The new batsman due to come in is Ben Heap at number 6 to see these last runs out and to lift that first trophy in a long history for Lowerhouse. 142 years. One of the founder members of the Lancashire League. Will it be Heap? Will it be Blezard who may hit the winning runs here in the glue at Lowerhouse at Liverpool Road? There's still a lull in proceedings. You're missing no action whatsoever. That 4th wicket went down, and then I'm not quite sure what's happened in that corner. The crowd were on the pitch. A few of the players ran over to the corner. Don't know if there's been some trouble down by a few of the hospitality tents. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 people who've had rather a lot to drink this afternoon. Let's hope it's not anything too troublesome, but we still have a delay, and hopefully we'll get a resumption in this game. They're back on the pitch, all of them in the square, but certainly 1 or 2 players ran over to the corner, and the umpire. The umpire is returning to his position. They're still, I'm sure, intent on getting this match completed. I'm having to well, almost stand on a chair. I'm not the tallest of men, but I can see now what's going on where it matters, out in the square. Still not a resumption, still no resumption in proceedings. Phil is back in the commentary position after being doing a bit of investigating, but
I don't think we're going to continue, Mark, I'm afraid. I think Aslington are not happy. They can't see the ball in the field. Paul Blackledge wants to take his team off, and I think we've seen the last action of the day. Yes. It is only 10. The umpires, I think, want to continue. Aslington at the moment don't. They're not happy with some sections of the crowd on the far side where they've been getting a little bit of heckling. Well, but thankfully we are, I think, going to continue now. 222 for 4. We're expecting Ben Heap to be the new batsman. And it's still very hectic here. We're having difficulty clearing the commentary position so we can see the action. Well, I can just understand. 10 needed, and it'll be Blezard to face.
Yeah, Steve
Once
Dearden,
we continue. Steve Dearden into bowl. It's Blezard facing. Tries to just push this away on the offside. There's no run. No run. 222 for 4. Just 10 needed. Steve Dearden back in the attack. Fiery bowler.
Yeah, those lights in that far corner, Phil, very bright indeed.
Fairness to the Aslington lads, it is very dark. It's hard in the field. They brought the fastest bowler back on in Steve Dearden. Blezard facing him. It's high. He's pushed it towards third man. That'll be 4 more. It's 6, in fact. It's gone over the boundary. 6 of them. 228 for 4. Blezard getting close to that century. He's on 96.
Well, they may have brought their fastest bowler back, but certainly Chris Blezard saw that like a football. He swatted it over the boundary ropes for the maximum hit. 96 now to Chris Blezard. 228 for 4. Just a boundary required to make history here at Liverpool Road.
In comes Dearden to bowl to Blezard. Well, that was a quick delivery. Just pushes it away, guides it down towards third man, and that'll mean Ben Heap on the strike. 16-year-old lad.
Yes, it is.
Uncle and nephew out there. And uncle and nephew out there at the moment. And let's just see what happens with them at the crease. In comes Steve Dearden, bowling to young Ben Heap. That hit him on the hand, but he's managed to get himself a single. 230 for 4 on the scorecard. Just 2 needed. Just 2 needed. They're so close. Blezard and Heap will have a word in the middle. That's the end of Dearden's over. 4 still to come. Interested to see what Paul Blackledge does now. He'll need to bring in a new bowler. Asif Mushtabar's bowled his 10. Blackledge, there was Alan Howarth when he took that spectacular catch to get rid of Cottam. Yeah, he did turn to the crowd as much to say, you've been giving me a lot of stick. Did you see that catch? I don't think the Aslington lads are all together happy. Mustabar's bowled his 10 overs. He wanted to bowl again. He can't do that. Well, nice try.
Yeah, just 2 required, Phil.
Alan Howarth coming back.
Get it over with, as you quite rightly say, Alan Howarth coming back to bowl this next over. This surely will be history being made at Liverpool Road as Alan Howarth prepares to bowl the commencement of the, how many overs now?
47th over, Mark. We're just going to make sure that spectators don't get in our way here. This is a momentous occasion. Howarth bowls to Heap. He's certainly going to get one here. It's a good bit of fielding. Aslington playing to the finish. The scores are now level. 231 for 4. 142 years Lowerhouse have been formed. They've never ever won a trophy. They were losing finalists in this competition in 1980. How fitting that Chris Blezard will now face. He's on 96. We're about to see history being made. 1 run win. 1 run needed to win here. 231 for 4. We're in the 47th over. Here comes Alan Howarth. Right arm medium pace. Bowls to Blezard. He's got it away. These are the winning runs. Pulled it towards mid-wicket. And there's going to be some celebrations here. He's got his 100 as well with that shot. 100 not out for Chris Blezard, 235 for 4. It finishes. What a dramatic conclusion. But what, almost half past 8. Lowerhouse, after 142 years, have won their first trophy. Mark Briggs, a piece of history.
Absolutely superb, and how fittingly that Chris Blezard, the hero in the semi-final, scored a century, quite timely in that shot for a boundary. It's absolutely superb. The final runs, winning that first trophy of 142 years, a century. What a way to do it.
Yeah, it was all about the stand between Chris Blezard and Charlie Cottam. They put on 152 for the 4th wicket. 70 for 3 it was when the professional Peter Fulton went. Chris Blezard 100 not out. Charlie Cottam with 82. They were the heroes. Haslingden, well, they've won trophies over the years. Lowerhouse have never won anything. We're going to leave you with the news. Big news in the Lancashire League. In the darkness here at Liverpool Road, Lowerhouse have won the 2004 Worlsey Cup Final. They finished 235 for 4 at the end. A 6-wicket win. Congratulations to everybody here at Liverpool Road. Lowerhouse are winners. And we'll leave you with that. Join Nick Dow on all the other FM frequencies. He's in conversation. It's the Lancashire Blue Notes, of course. Nick Dow, Lancashire Blue Notes, and he's been speaking with the former Thin Lizzy guitarist Gary Moore.
Send more house to save the house.